So let's look at the AC method of factoring. When my A is not 1, we're going to go through the same process. We're going to identify our A, our B, and our C, just like we would do if we're using the quadratic formula. So in this case, my A is 2, my B is a positive 1, and my C is a negative 15. Well, with the AC method, we're going to do A times C, which is going to be 2 times negative 15, which gives me a negative 30. Now notice, this is a negative number. What that tells me is I have to have a positive and a negative. I have to have alternating signs. So when I'm listing out all my factors, I know when I have to add them together, I'm going to get my B a positive 1, but I have to have opposite signs. So here we go. Plus or minus 1, plus or minus 30. We're going to list out all the factors. Plus or minus 2, plus or minus 15, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 10, plus or minus 4 doesn't go into it, 5, and plus or minus 6, and I'm done. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at all these factors. I know the signs have to alternate because this is a negative number, so they have to alternate. And they have to add up to be a positive 1. Well, that's pretty easy. It's only a positive 6 and a negative 5. Because if I do 6 minus 5 or negative 5 plus 6, I'm getting a positive 1. So what we're going to do with that information is we're going to rewrite this and we're going to split that middle term. So we're going to have 2x squared plus x minus 15. Now I'm going to go ahead and space this out, 2x squared. I'm going to split this term to these. And if I have a choice, I always put my negative first. So I don't have to worry about, am I adding a negative number? Always put your negative first if you have a choice. So minus 5x plus 6x minus 15. And now we factor by grouping. The AC part's done. Now we factor by grouping. Once we group them, we factor by the GCF. 2x squared and 5x have a x in common. When I divide them out, I have my x. I have a 2x minus 5. 6x and a negative 15. Or 6x and 15 have what in common? Well, they're going to have a 3, because I know I got to make this. So how do I get 6 to 2? I take a 3 out and I double check, and voila, 3 is going to be my greatest common factor. I get a 2x minus 5. I have another greatest common factor. I factor that out. I have my 2x minus 5, and that leaves me with x plus 3. And I am done factoring. That is the factored form of 2x squared plus x minus 15. So you can do this process every single time. If it factors, it'll work 100% of the time. So you can get into a rhythm of doing this. You can get this algorithm down, because that's all this is, an algorithm of it basically undoing multiplication. Because here, we don't have really multiplication with each of these terms. Here, we have two terms that are being multiplied. We're undoing multiplication as we factor. So that is the AC method of factoring. Hi, I'm Mr. Buzzard, and these videos are supplemental instruction for my students. If you found the video enjoyable, make sure you click the like button and click subscribe, as well as the bell for notifications to receive future videos on high school mathematics.